Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Raw. The show is brought to you by THQ, and before we go any further, I have an announcement to make, and that is, I have a new set of Tag Team Championships, and without wasting any time, I'm just going to say that they are called the Unified Tag Team Championships. And this will complement the existing Tag Team Championships we have in the World Wrestling Federation World Tag Team Championships. So, the Unified Tag Team Championships, more or less, are like a minor title, but for a tag team, though. So I was able to finally get one of my own, a new set for this company. We've been in need of, we would love to have new championships every now and then. So with that said, I want to announce that to crown the championships, we are going to have a Rumble for the Gold match. And this one is going to be a little bit different because it's a tag team variation of it. There are 10 teams, well, 9 plus 2 wild card entries. So, yeah, 9 teams times 2, that's 18. And then there's 2 wild card entrants. And if either one of those 2 men win, they can choose whoever they want as their tag team partner. So, with that said, I give you the match where strength and toughness is king and Lady Luck is queen. This is Rumble for the Gold, and it's about to start right now. Alright, we are ready, and for those of you that are new to this company, or have never seen a match like this, here are the rules. Earlier today, all the contestants drew numbers in a random drawing to determine who enters first, second, third, so on, all the way to the 20th and last number. In a moment, number 1 and number 2 will enter. And then a couple of seconds later, every competitor will enter the ring according to the number they drew. This continues until all 20 men have entered the ring. To be eliminated at any time is to be thrown over the top rope and both feet land on the floor. The last man standing after all others have been eliminated will be declared the winner as Edge. Excuse me, I had a little bit of a... As Edge, I had to speak over the crowd. Let me turn it down just a little bit. There we go. As Edge enters the ring, and I'll tell you one thing, folks, these fans are going nuts for Edge. I mean, they look at him as a rock star, and why not? I mean, he's got the look. I mean, I'm telling you. This young kid, however, this guy can go. This guy can, I mean, he may not be the best wrestler, but he can go, man. The thing about Edge is that you got to prepare for anything that this guy does, because this guy is very unpredictable in his in the way he goes through it. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Are you serious? So you have Edge and Christian as number 1 and number 2? And they're on the same team. This is crazy. Oh my, you know what, folks? I have not seen anything like this in 11 years. In fact, if you go back to the real Royal Rumble, or the or the World Wrestling Federation Royal Rumble of 1989, you have to go all the way back that time to see, you know, both members of a tag team enter at number 1 and number 2. You know, just go check out the 1989 Royal Rumble. It was a really good match in its own right, really. Maybe not the most well-known, but it was really good for what it was. So anyway, let me just turn it down a little bit. So you have Edge and Christian starting out at number 1 and number 2. This is going to be interesting because until the next guy comes out, they're going to have to fight each other. And that's exactly what they're doing. So they're going to fight each other at least until the next guy comes in. And I pity the guy that draws number 3, as both Edge and Christian fight each other. I mean, although Edge turns it around, however, Christian stops him before Edge could do anything. Oh, and then a drop kick on the Edge. And now Christian, well, he tried to throw him out, but he couldn't. Uh-oh, who's up now? Oh no, it's the Big Boss Man. Well, normally that would be a bad, this would be bad, but it is bad for the Big Boss Man. You know why? Because now you have both members of a tag team, although they're still fighting each other, the moment the Big Boss Man comes in the ring, I would have to think that they will turn their hostilities over to him. And Boss Man goes right after Christian. And wait a minute, Edge is going to help the Big Boss Man get rid of his own brother. What the hell? I mean, they're like brothers, man. Although Christian fights out of it, though. You know what, folks? I think they just realized that an enemy is in the ring. And the Big Boss Man, as he just delivers that headbutt, he drops Edge. And now Christian's going to go right after him. Alright, who's up now? Oh, it's the Road Dogg, one half of the New Age Outlaws. Well, here he comes. Here comes the man who says, "Oh, you didn't know." Well, you know what? I do know a little bit about him. I do know a little bit about the Road Dogg. And now, wait. Double DDT onto the Big Boss Man. Just going to adjust the camera here. There we go. And then a poke in the eye right to Christian, although technically it is legal, so not much I can say about that, really. And then a clothesline onto Road Dogg. And then a DDT onto Road Dogg. Meanwhile, Big Boss Man gonna now go after Christian one-on-one, now that he has him isolated. Alright, we're gonna find out who number 5 is gonna be in a moment. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes one of 2 wild card entrants. I give you The Rock. And now, wait, what's Christian doing? And, whoa, a Hurricane Rana to send him over the top rope goes the Big Boss Man. And I'm pretty sure his tag team partner, who happens to be the leader of the corporation, Mr. McMahon, who's also entered in this Rumble, is not going to like that one bit, that his guy is already gone. But for now, we have both Edge and Christian against the Road Dogg and The Rock, who's in for himself. I mean, The Rock, he drew a better number than the participants that came before him, but just not that much better, as The Rock almost eliminated, but just not quite. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes the British Bulldog, one half of the Hart Foundation. And as well as the fact that he is a former World Wrestling Federation champion. I mean, he had that legendary feud that he had with Mr. Rogers, as Edge gets thrown over the top, but he skins the cat and gets back inside. And meanwhile, Christian in trouble, but he stays in. So you got Edge and Christian both together at the same time. I would have to think that collectively these guys would try to go after Edge and Christian. I mean, yeah, they drew bad numbers, but they're still together. Well, I say that, and now Christian is gone, so Christian is eliminated. So now it truly can be every man for himself again. I just found it weird that Edge and Christian started at number 1 and 2. I mean, that does not happen every day, I will say that. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes Mike Tyson on behalf of D-Generation X, and he is teamed with, well, I'll mention when he gets here, but if he or his partner win the match, they become the tag team champions. And, well, it's not going to be Road Dogg, although his tag team partner is yet to still enter. So it's like you have a second chance with your partner if you fail. It's just you want to be the one that does the work or or you want to be the one that wins ultimately. I mean, really, the one who wins the Rumble match itself wins a lot of money. I mean, they get paid, of course, but you just win more money. That's it. And Edge, having already taken out, I forgot who he took out, actually. Oh, the Big Boss Man. And now he just took out Mike Tyson. I'm starting to forget, folks. And you know what, folks? Speak of the devil. I mentioned the Big Boss Man having been eliminated. Here's the guy that he was teaming up with. The leader of the corporation, Mr. McMahon. So you have Mr. McMahon, who happens to be the father of Shane McMahon. And of course, while Mr. McMahon is not a great wrestler in his own right, in fact, he was never a wrestler to begin with, the man can fight, and this might be his element, and that would be the Royal Rumble. And now The Rock just dealing with Edge. Let me turn it up a little bit, though. As the British Bulldog gonna now try to take out Mr. McMahon. And Edge has been in since the start. And I have to applaud the fact that he's still in there. Still fighting. And now, wait a minute. And out goes Edge. Meanwhile, here comes the second wild card entrant, and that's the man they call Vader. So I'll tell you one thing, the rest of the competition is going to have to deal with this guy, because this man, you know, he's been on an awful losing streak, having dealt with Edge, who just happened to have been eliminated, ironically. But now we're going to see if Vader can redeem himself and ultimately win the tag team, the Unified Tag Team Championships by himself. And now he's going to go after the other wild card entrant, and that's The Rock. So now Vader going to now dominate The Rock. And whoa, I did not expect a drop kick from Vader. And Mr. McMahon thrown into the corner. Nice takedown onto Vader by The Rock. Oh, and out goes Mr. McMahon. I mean, the big boss, or not the Big Boss Man, the British Bulldog was just too much for him. And that is Bradshaw, one half of the Acolytes. And I'll tell you one thing, Bradshaw is big and he is tough. I mean, the man is like, he's like a bull, man. He just keeps coming at you. And who's he going after, though? Well, it looks like he and the British Bulldog are going to get it on. I mean, the British Bulldog is big and strong enough to take on Bradshaw. Although Vader may be more than a match for The Rock. Although The Rock, he's not going to back down. He's the Brahma Bull. An electric chair drop onto the British Bulldog. And it looks like The Rock is hurt right now. Although The Rock fights back with a clothesline onto the man they call Vader. Alright, who's up now? Well, it looks like my arch nemesis is in this match, the Prophet. As Bradshaw now is the one getting dominated by Vader. So now let's see, the Prophet's going right after The Rock, but that might not be a good idea. In fact, actually, I don't think it would be a good idea to piss off any of his opponents, really, but he is in a tough spot, so, you know, he's going to have to deal with it. And a DDT onto The Rock, and that actually busted The Rock. That busted open The Rock. Alright, who's up now? Wait, wait a minute. Wait, who's that guy over there? I've never... Who is that guy? I mean, I can't quite see because, I am getting old and I can't really see and... Wait, folks, am I seeing things? Is that who I think it is? Oh my god. Folks, that's Don Francisco. Don Francisco from the Saturday night show on, well, in Spanish it's pronounced Univision, but he's from that show on Univision Saturday nights entitled, well, in English it's Gigantic Saturday, but officially it's called Sábado Gigante. So the man from Sábado Gigante is here. Meanwhile, Bradshaw has been eliminated by, I believe it was the British Bulldog who took him out. But Don Francisco, I mean, I knew that Eddie Guerrero was going to be teaming up with somebody. I thought he was teaming up with George Lopez, but I guess George Lopez had to leave. So he found himself a last minute replacement for him. Excuse me, I couldn't get the words out. But Don Francisco is here. I cannot believe that the man from Sábado Gigante is here. I mean, this is crazy, folks. And meanwhile, The Rock and the Bulldog, of course, if you know what happened late last year in 1999, you would know that they had some problems, did The Rock and Bulldog. And up next is, that is Hawk from the Road Warriors, Road Warrior Hawk. And of course, he and his brother, I guess you could say it, wait a minute. Royal Flush! Royal Flush! He calls that move, that spinning slam that he just did to the Prophet, he calls that the Royal Flush. I guess because he likes poker, I don't know, but... Oh no, wait, that's not Hawk, that's Animal. Sorry, I couldn't see properly. I mean, like I said, I am getting old. Oh, and then an elbow right to the face of Don Francisco, and The Rock is still a bloody mess. I mean, I don't think he's gonna last very long at the rate he's going. A neck breaker onto The Rock, and then a hard whip into the corner goes Animal. I mean, there's not very many guys that can do that to Animal, but I guess if anybody could, it's gotta be Don Francisco. And then a whip into the corner goes Francisco himself. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes the British Bulldogs tag team partner. Also from the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart. So I'll tell you one thing. The British Bulldog is really making a name for himself in this match. And now, wait a minute. Why is he going after Bret Hart, man? That's your own teammate, damn it! What are you doing? A DDT onto Bret Hart. Wow, he's still fighting his partner. What the hell? Oh, wait a minute. I just realized that the British Bulldog himself has also been busted open. And The Rock just hanging on for dear life. And The Rock just could not hold on anymore. I mean, the loss of blood was too much for him. It just was too much. And meanwhile, Don Francisco trying to eliminate the Prophet, but the Prophet stayed in. But yeah, now it's the British Bulldog that's really the one in trouble now that The Rock is gone. Oh, what a kick! He calls that the priest kick. I don't know, it's kind of the stupidest name for a move, but that's what he calls it, though. A back suplex on an Animal. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like the Hart Foundation's going to single out Don Francisco. Never mind, the British Bulldog's now going after the Prophet. And it looks like Animal's going right after Bret Hart. An atomic drop on a Bret Hart. Or who's up now? Oh, here comes Don Francisco's tag team partner. Eddie Guerrero. The man who calls himself Latino Heat. And what the hell? Wow. I cannot believe that those two are fighting each other. I mean, we saw the Hart Foundation fight each other. Now they're fighting. Now it's you know, Don Francisco and Eddie Guerrero fighting each other. Come on, guys, stick together, man. I don't know why you do this. And well, there goes the Prophet. But you know, the Prophet actually did pretty good. Even though he didn't eliminate anybody, he was in there for quite some time. And then a snap suplex onto Animal. Excuse me for the botch there. A snap suplex, and now we have the Hart Foundation, and then you have the team of Eddie Guerrero and Don Francisco fighting each other, and then there's Animal, who's just fighting for himself at this moment. And it looks like Animal and Don Francisco are going to try to get rid of Eddie Guerrero. I mean, come on, guys. Stick together, man. And the Hart Foundation's doing no better either. They're fighting each other. And Eddie, wow, I'm surprised he stayed. Well, now Animal goes right after Bret Hart. Another atomic drop onto Bret Hart. And now British Bulldog going to go right after Don Francisco. And now, wait, what's British Bulldog doing? Wow! Out goes Don Francisco. And meanwhile, here comes Animal's partner, Hawk. And while that happens, Eddie Guerrero is also gone. So the team of Guerrero and Francisco are gone. So it looks as if we're gonna have the Road Warriors and not the British Bulldog, the Hart Foundation fighting each other as Animal just takes down Bret Hart. Yep, now it's officially, you know, tag team against tag team, as it should have been, because now they're gonna fight each other, are the two tag teams. But of course, British Bulldog is the worse for wear right now. Oh, but I mean, really, but the British Bulldog is really kicking some butt here. I mean, he's eliminated a number of guys. Has the British Bulldog, and Hawk having just entered. I mean, he's definitely, actually, all of these guys are a threat. Even Bret Hart, even though he's the smallest man of the four men that are in the ring, he too is a threat, but in a different way though. And now, wait, what is he doing? Wow! Out goes Animal. So now the Hart Foundation has a 2-on-1 advantage. Oh, but now here comes Shawn Michaels, the other half of D-Generation X. I mean, we saw Mike Tyson, but he didn't last very long. But it looks like the Hart Foundation is going to focus in on Hawk, as Shawn Michaels going to take his sweet time to get into the ring. Oh, but Hawk fights back, though. Well, I knew they were going to go at each other, were Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. It was only a matter of time, and wow! Out goes Hawk. So the British Bulldog has eliminated both members of the Road Warriors. And a drop kick that sends him over the top, but not quite out. And Shawn Michaels eliminates Bret Hart. So now we have a one-on-one match. So Shawn Michaels, who just entered against the man who's been in there the longest by a considerable margin, and uh-oh. Here comes the other half of the Acolytes. I mean, these guys are dropping in like flies, I'm telling you. A jawbreaker onto the British Bulldog. And Farouk, not doing anything foolish, he's just going to walk his way down, survey the area, and then just go after anybody that's closest to him or anyone that he would think would be a threat. And then a kick to the leg of Shawn Michaels. And a drop kick that missed. And Farouk having not touched anybody. A knife edge chop on to the British Bulldog. And now wait, what's Shawn Michaels doing? And an atomic drop that sent the British Bulldog over the top rope and gone. So British Bulldog is eliminated, but I have to say he took out a number of guys himself. So he has nothing to be ashamed of. He did so well in that Rumble, and here comes the other half of Doom that is entered in this match. And folks, that's gotta be Kane. That's gotta be Kane. And I have to think that as strong as Farouk is, even he is no match against Kane one-on-one. But right now, Farouk gonna try to get rid of Shawn Michaels. Oh, but Shawn Michaels fights back though. I mean, Shawn Michaels proving just proving that he was at one point. Okay, let me try that again. Shawn Michaels proving to the world why he was at one time the World Wrestling Federation champion. I'm sorry, I couldn't get the words out, so forgive me for that. Anyway, here comes the man who calls himself, of all things, Mr. Ass? Also known as Badass Billy Gunn. So Billy Gunn, one half of the New Age Outlaws. We saw Road Dogg earlier in the match, but he didn't last very long. And Kane, as expected, is just dominating. And then a suplex onto Farouk. All but Billy Gunn fighting back against Kane. And Shawn Michaels. Oh, and then a kick right to Farouk. Wow. Well, that's it for Farouk. So the Acolytes are finished. And, well, folks, this confirms that these three men are the final three. You have a member of the New Age Outlaws. You have Kane, who represents Doom. And then you have Shawn Michaels, who represents D-Generation X. And, folks, let me just say this. If either D-Generation X or the New Age Outlaws have any chance of winning, they gotta get rid of Kane. I mean, Kane came in, if I'm not mistaken, he came in, actually, he's the last man to have entered. Oh, no, wait, Billy Gunn is, sorry, my fault. But still, Kane came in second to last, so he's still relatively fresh in there. And Shawn Michaels doing the right thing, going after Kane. I mean, you have to go after Kane. He's a threat in there. A back elbow on the Kane. But of course, Kane doing what he has to do to not only survive, but possibly win this match. And before Kane could do anything to Billy Gunn, a side Russian leg sweep on the Kane. Oh, and then an inverted backbreaker onto Billy Gunn. But as you can see, just as Kane takes down one guy, the other comes from behind and attacks Kane. And Kane just got his head rammed into the canvas. And a huge right hand onto Kane. Now, for Shawn Michaels, it would be better for him to help Billy Gunn, but Billy Gunn just could not get rid of Kane. Now whipped into the other corner. I mean, what a coup would it be for the team known as Doom to win another championship. I mean, they already have the World Wrestling Federation Championship in their grasp with The Undertaker as the champion. So, I mean, really, the Prophet may be the leader, but, you know, he has The Undertaker as his champion. And, wow, a powerbomb onto Billy Gunn. I mean, Billy Gunn is no small man, but compared to Kane, Kane is a monster, I'll tell you that much. And, look at this. Look at this. A choke slam on the outside to Billy Gunn. over the top rope and out. And this is not good if you're Shawn Michaels. The last time that these two men were in the ring, it was a championship match, but Kane lost. So I'm pretty sure that Kane hasn't forgotten the fact that Shawn Michaels, owns a victory over him. So I would think that he would go after Shawn Michaels and hurt him. So right now, Kane, he has Shawn Michaels right where he wants him. And out goes Shawn Michaels. And that's it. So, the winners of this match and the first ever unified tag team champions, Kane and the Prophet of Doom. So Doom has another championship, and they can practically thank Kane for taking it the rest of the way, because the Prophet, he came in there and he did some work, but Kane entered second to last, and that proved to be the difference, because Kane, once he entered second to last, it was only a matter of time before either Kane would eliminate the rest of the competition or the competition would gang up on him. Instead, Kane dominates the rest of the competition and wins the match for himself and for the Prophet and for Doom. So, my question is, who is going to stop Kane? Who is going to stop The Undertaker? And who is going to stop the Prophet, at least in terms of his big ego? Who is going to stop them? I mean, you tell me. I mean, I can't wrestle anymore. I wish I could, but I can't. But folks, we still have more matches yet to come. Stay tuned. They'll be coming up right after this.